What's up, guys? Welcome to the second BTS of God Soundtrack Suite Vol.1. And today we're going to go over Kicked Out of Heaven. It's a pretty cool topic. And like I mentioned before in the first track, this is all biblical. This is not fiction. This is real. So when I first got into the project, I was like, how can I do this? And it's evident, that the Bible has stories and, it's beyond, it's like you could do so much with it, so imagination is important here and all that good stuff. So today we're going to talk about Kicked Out of Heaven, and we're going to go to Revelation chapter 12. And, the mention of Lucifer and Satan getting kicked out of heaven is mentioned a few times, but Revelation chapter 12 verse 7 is more of what the track represents. So I'm going to read it real quick. And there was war in heaven, Michael and his angels waging war with the dragon, and the dragon and his angels waged war, and they were not strong enough, and there was no longer a place found for them in heaven. And the great dragon was thrown down, the serpent of old, who is called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. He was thrown down to the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. So you could get a good picture with this. The soundtrack begins, and we are in Dolby Atmos, so we're hearing playback on 2.0 direct. So you can hear the Dolby Atmos mix in any system. Okay, so we can hear the first effects. That's darkness, and pride kicks in. I have these effects with reverbs and delays and an ambience throughout the Atmos mix. So here is where the devil's planning, scheming, getting all his group of angels ready to rebel against God. So we're going to reach a point where now everyone finds out what's going on. There's some doubt going in. The good angels are preparing. Something happens, and this is where Satan begins to attack. Trumpets. So this is just getting into the end. So I picture the punches. Oh, can't get the beats. He's knocked out of heaven, kicked out. And that's the leftover aroma of evil left. And it just fades away into the abyss. So that is pretty much Kicked Out of Heaven. We have a few groups here that we could probably talk about. The brass, or the trumpets. So I have them around here on the right side, the brass, but also connected in other places with reverb and ambiance. Right there. You can hear some leftover aroma of the trumpets. You see? Dong, and then you can hear the decay and the reverb. That was the whole purpose with that. In the stereo mix, that's exactly where the brass is there. But for the Atmos mix, I had the trumpets and the brass in the same area, but then it's spitting out the reverb and ambience and delays going across the soundstage. So other things like the low brass, back here, you could hear them in the back. You see that? And then the reverb is flying through here, which is pretty cool. This is again with 2.0 direct. So you're hearing where it's placed. Over here to the right side, the reverb going this way. With the brass, the reverb was going this way. So I have a circular thing happening here with that in the Atmos mix. It's something that you kind of feel. You don't really it's not like really obvious, but you can feel the aroma, the vibe of it. So if I was to play both of them together, so now you have reverbs going opposite direction. You hear that? That's pretty awesome. So yeah, this is authority. Distortion. So you have that aggression, you have that darkness, but then you have the angels. So everybody's in their place. And that is Kick Me Out of Heaven. You can stream Kick Me Out of Heaven along with the whole album on Apple Music, Tidal, Amazon Music for an immersive experience. So I've explained in the God soundtrack that objects are the green balls in the Dolby Atmos Renderer. It's metadata, and the bed, which is the physical speakers that you'll see in a theater or in a room or in a studio. Those group of speakers, no matter medium or small or big Atmos rooms, those speakers, they take the metadata from those objects, which those objects, as you can see in the box, they're placed in different spots with the purpose, intentional. The jobs of the speakers is to make that live, make that happen. So the sound distribution from the speakers to make those, to bring the metadata alive in the sound field is what makes it immersive. So I also explained that the bed is the actual left, middle, right speaker, sides, wide, surrounds, and quad setup on the top. That is the bed, the speakers. Object, bed. Objects are the green balls that you see in the box. And you can actually use object beds to imitate the bed. So that's pretty cool. That is Kick Me Out of Heaven. One of my favorite tracks. I was actually inspired by the Flash movie when it came out. That was around the same time that Benjamin Wallfish, composer for the Flash, when they did the whole album. I think they released a single. I was inspired, and I was in the middle of writing Kick Me Out of Heaven, and it was just like the sound and the whole mix, and I knew that that's what I wanted to use for the reference for Kick Me Out of Heaven. So anyway, guys, enjoy. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.